Well, good morning or good evening or even good afternoon, depending where you are in the world. My name is Keith Hampton, and I am a very happy customer with BitcoinTAF.com. I was very blessed to meet the founders of the organization about 10 years ago, Wendy and Marius Landman, and it truly has been a beautiful journey that I've had with them since wanting to know more about cryptocurrency, wanting to understand the new blockchain technology, wanting to know where things are going, how can we get good, solid information? How can we make good decisions when there was so much conflicting information out in the marketplace? And that was the journey that I went through, and I had struggled in the early days trying to find accurate information. It was pretty much the wild, wild west in those early days. Fortunately for me, I was able to find Marius Lemon about 10 years ago, and he introduced me to a very unique skill set that he has. He has the uncanny ability to be able to predict the future of the cryptocurrency coins. Where are they going? Are they going up? Are they going down? Are they going sideways? When and where? And that has really made a big difference in my life, where I was able to know what's happening in the crypto space, be able to get good guidance as to when to be laddering in, investing in certain coins, and when to be laddering out of certain coins so that I could grow my portfolio. That was the blessing that I was received. So I'm here today to introduce as many people as possible to this wonderful technology. And hopefully you can take advantage of those situations as well. Because if we want to be invested in cryptocurrency, we want to get accurate information and we want to get unbiased information. And that's really, really important. So if you're just investing long term, I would highly recommend that you take a look at our website. And I'm just going to share my screen and show you some of the information that we have. So just bear with me a moment. So this is the main website when you come in, where it just says bitcointap.com. And I would highly recommend that when you do come in, that you just go ahead and sign up. It's free to sign up and get unlocked a lot of good quality information that helps you get started. And in this area, you actually can click on also and look at all the different products that these folks offer. Everything from long-term trading, investing, to people that like to do a little more medium or short-term trading, all the way down into very fast trading, which I would call scalp trading. Plus, not only you have all that guidance, you also have a lot of education. There is incredible education on basic trading or trading, course that is very inexpensive that takes you kind of like it's say graduate from high school in your skill set in trading. And then they have an ultimate trade course that you can continue on with that quite frankly, when you complete it, you'll have a PhD in trading. You could be your own analyst. That is just how powerful it is. Plus, they have a lot of customized indicators and tools that you can utilize in your trading to get more what we call confluence in our trading. So that is what we have to offer. So if you're into long-term trading and investing, these are the products that are available for you to choose from. And if for me, the two things I cannot live without is the long-term trade reports on Bitcoin, but more importantly, the chart patterns, Elliott wave chart patterns for the altcoins. Those two together are to my golden ticket. Those are the ones I can ladder in and ladder out, long-term investing, strategize my long-term portfolio. It is just incredible. And not only that, but if you're into the stock market, which I'm not, they have stock market portrait where they pick high quality companies that you want to invest in long term. And if you have some bigger portfolios that you need management on, I would highly recommend either the trade partners or the inner circle. They are just phenomenal guidance that you get when you're working with large portfolios. And of course, education, it's always a key. And one of the things you need to do is learn about the ultimate chart patterns so you can understand when we're having these weekly webinars and reports that you understand what these patterns mean. So this is just a taste of all the different choices you have for long-term investing and trading. But we have a lot other products as well. We have a lot of medium-term or day trading type courses, or I should say guidance. And it's just excellent choices as well. And in here, you can actually follow the analysts who do medium-term trading. Now, these would be trading over, say, 30 to 60 days type trading, where you're strategizing getting in and getting out, as well as you have day trade masters, which works on shorter time frames with maybe a day to 15-day trades. And all with that, there is a lot of training and education that you can take in this area. You can take the Ultimate Trading course, which I say will give you a PhD in trading, where you can be your own analyst. As well, we have now branched out into the decentralized finance trading, where we're dealing with the decentralized exchanges, and that is an area that is exploding and growing in value. And this is where you can really make huge profits because the swings are so dramatic. You can, we're talking 300, 500% kind of trades. So that is something that once you've gotten a foundation, this is something you may want to look into. But if you're just getting started and you want to be able to trade a little bit and get the long-term reports, there is one thing we do have out here is they have a new bot, a new indicator, a custom one that you can take a look at, and it is really quite fascinating. It's a bot that can be used not only in the cryptocurrency space, but you can also use it in the stock markets or the Forex or the commodity markets. And what this tool is, it's called the HODL Fire. This HODL indicator bot works extremely well on finding out where the swings are, where the momentum is going. And it's a very, very inexpensive bot that you can try out. For $31 a month, it is a real steal. Plus, you can try it out for free for 7 days. When you just click on this and go into the checkout area, type in HODLFire7 in the coupon code area, and you get to try it for free on your TradingView account. So let me just show you how that works. It is truly a phenomenal tool. And when I click on here, this is a very major coin we call ADA or Cardano. And with Cardano, what we're looking at here is 2-hour candles. I like to use this indicator on little longer time frames, between the 1 hour and 8-hour time frames is where I like using it for. So the key here is wouldn't you like to have been able to have gotten in somewhere around the bottom and gotten out around the top and repeat? You know that this is a bottom and you're getting in, and you know when this is a top and getting out. Well, guess what? This tool does exactly that. This is what we're looking at here. In fact, I'm just going to change it to from regular candles to what we call the Akanashi candles. And because it just gives you a little more definition of the colors. And these colors mean something which we will go into right now. But here we have indications where this has told us this is a pivot bottom. We're at a bottom and we have a pivot top. Now, when we have that extra confluence, we can make much more accurate trades and reduce our risk dramatically. So in this case, how I work this, in fact, let me just jump forward here. Here we got another pivot bottom and we have another pivot top. Now you notice this one here is in blue and this pivot bottom is blue. That means that they're high probability that they are the tops, but they're not 100% guaranteed. And this is where the risk management comes into play, because it takes a while before these become confirmed. However, let me show you how we would play this. So what I'm looking for is a pivot bottom. Now, to be safe, I want to make sure it's a bottom. So I look for a buy tag. And then at that point in time, that's where I would enter the trade. So right about here is where I would enter the trade with my buy. But now I want to protect my capital, because remember, this would be blue like it is over here. And we don't know if that's been 100% confirmed. So it could go away. So to protect myself, what I do is I set a stop loss to protect my capital. And what I do here is, I'll just show you in a second. is I would go and set a stop loss slightly below or below right there, just below the pivot bottom. So now I'm only risking a very small percentage of my trade. So let's say if I had $1,000, I'd be risking 3% or $30 in this case. That is my risk reward or risk going into this trade. Now, fortunately, as this trade goes up, what I do is I move my stop loss up and protect my trade. So what I do is as this trade is moving forward in this zone, once I see it really breaking out in this area, I move my stop loss to break even. Now I've got a risk-free trade going on. And as it continues to go up, I just simply slowly raise it up with it, giving it room to breathe, but always protecting my capital. And the minute the pivot top comes in, that's when I exit. And I would have exited probably somewhere in this range. And in this case, I would have earned approximately about 6%. So my risk was about 3%, my profit was about 6. That's about a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. And folks, I'll take that all day long when I've got a tool like this. And that happened over about 1.5 days. So in 1.5 days, I made a nice 6% profit. And then lo and behold, we got another pivot bottom. So I would have rinse and repeat. I'd be looking for a buy tag, which would have shown up here. And I would have set my stop loss just slightly below. And therefore, my risk is preset, where I'm only going to be risking here, in this case, only 1.3%. And again, I would, as this thing is moving along, I would have, probably brought my stop loss up to break even. And then lo and behold, look, it did come out and take me out. So this was I didn't lose any money, but I'm now out of the trade. So now I would reanalyze it and saying, okay, if it turns around sharply like this, I would have entered back in, probably about in this zone. I would have reset my stop loss just slightly below it. Oops, hang on. And this is how I play this. And then as this trade moves forward, I go back to breaking even, raising up into a stop profit. And the minute I get a top pivot, I exit the trade. And so in this case, I would have had two trades going here. One would have been a break even, and the other one, I would have made a nice another 6%. So there we have it in basically 3 trades over a time frame of about here to here. So in 1 week, I'd have done 3 trades and I would have made about 12%. That's good money. And the other thing, I'm always looking for coins that are running at least 10% or more on their swings. I don't like coins that are running, only 2 or 3%. It's like wobbling up and down. I look for bigger swings. And I look for higher liquidity coins as well, so that I can get in and get out very, very quickly on those trades. So that's how I use this indicator. And I can make money on this all day long. So that's some of the information I have for you. And if you'd like to know more, you're more than welcome to come on, join us on our BitcoinTap.com website. And we have lots of information there for you to get started. Plus, we also have a lot of information that you can put in Q&As and what have you. We can ask questions and we can answer them. And we also do live, each subscription that you subscribe to have weekly meetings where we have live Zoom calls so that you can get all your questions answered and work on your trading and overcome your problems and objections. We also produce PDF reports to give you updated guidance on the long-term reports. Where are we going with Bitcoin, with altcoins? And that's, to me, invaluable, because with that, I can strategize what's going to happen long term. And it just makes my life so much easier when I can plan ahead and do my analysis. And so these are the kinds of things that we look at on a timely basis. So with that, folks, I'd like to say thank you for coming on board with me today. And hopefully we'll see you on the other side. And I welcome you to join our team and check it out further. With that, have a great day and look forward to another call next week. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.